Welcome to Optimal Game State. June has just ended, so we're back having a quick look at all the releases for Games Workshop's games, further skirmish, and boxed game lines. So everything that you have on screen here. The goal here is always to look back at what we can already get right now, rather than focusing on the upcoming releases. First up, we have Legion Imperialis. Technically, none of this is new, as this month we got a ton of repackaged products from Aeronautica and Titanicus. We also got standalone releases for Predators and Lehman Russes from the core box. This means we now have a full set of releases from the initial phase, which has the game in a really good place. I'm super, super happy to see that. A big release for me were those two big battle group boxes in the back, one for the Astartes and one for the Auxilia. Basically, these combined 5 boxes into a single purchase with a little bit of discount. It's really a great way to get started with an army or expand one you have. So in my case, it's going to form the core of my Iron Warriors, who are going to be the army I'm going to be facing off against my already existing Imperial Fists. Now, we have seen some previews for more models to come, so it does look like there is plenty to still look forward to for Legions in the future. Next up, we have Necromunda. Now, we haven't actually had any new releases for Necromunda in a while. So in March, we got the Beastmaster with Giant Rats, and we got the Ash Waste Nomad Chieftain. I think that's the last thing we had. This month, though, we did get an Apocrypha, which is really great to see again. It had been a few months since we had one of these. As always, it's a story, it's got rules, and it's got a scenario. The scenario here is all about getting a weapons cache, and the rules here are focusing on a new kind of weapon, which are the Whispering weapons, which basically seem to be sentient, cursed weapons. The Whispering is directly into the wielder's mind, and eventually they'll go insane or die. Until then, though, the weapons are super, super good. We also have Hive Secundus coming up, along with the Return of the Inspirers, so it really is exciting times for Necromunda. Killteam got the Termination box, so that is the Squats versus the Gene Stealer Cults. For the last while, Killteam boxes have had one team that's been super cool with brand new stuff, especially for Killteam, and then the other team got an old kit with a bonus brew. That is the case this time, but what you actually get, I think, is fantastic. For the Gene Stealer Cult, part of this is a Brood Coven box, which has been around for a while, but is really, really great with some gorgeous models in it. Along with it, you get the quite new Cadian Trooper box, along with an extra sprue to cult it up into Brood Brothers. I really love the Cadian kit, so I'm loving this entire box overall. As I've said a lot about the cults right there, but the Squats also have big leather jackets, so they also look awesome. So all around, it looks great. It looks like fun. I'm not quite as impressed by the scenery that they have in this particular kit. That said, it is nice, it is big, it's chunky, and we've already seen the 40k crates are super, super useful, and this kind of looks like something similar. Anyway, also with Killteam, we did get a balanced data slate. The article suggests the main changes were with Ravagers, Herotech, and Space Marine Scouts. I have seen some suggestions that this is a tidy up FAQ ahead of a rumored new edition. So that sounds like it could be fun, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that one. Then we have White Dwarf 501. So Killteam gets a Desert Warfare rule set. That's basically a table with 6 environmental effects that change the game. They also have those as cards insert, which is pretty nice. You don't always get that. It's not really game-changing, but it does have some nice options to kind of spice things up and keep variety going. For Warcry, we got the Pyre and Flood rules. So that's the same that would have been in the double box. It should be the narrative rules and the artifacts. So if you wanted to play narrative games, but didn't get that big box and were waiting to just pick up one or the other side, so you didn't end up in the book, this might be a nice purchase for that. That's about it for the skirmish games. There are a few background lore bits and pieces that might also be good, especially with the lead into Skaventide. But yeah, that's about it. And that was it for the month of June. So it was a pretty chill month overall, which I have to admit I do like. It's all obviously a big lead into the new Age of Sigmar edition. We have just had that big box go up for pre-order last weekend, and then the split releases. So that's the actual rulebook by itself and War Scrolls and bits like that go up for pre-order next week. Then we're going to see this the Vermintide box or Skimtide box arrive the week after that, and then all of the other bits and pieces are going to be the week after that. So, yeah, we're probably not going to see any more skirmish releases go up in pre-order for at least the first half of July, which means we're probably not going to see any in hand until August. Now, we do know we have a lot of things to look forward to because we have seen a lot of previews. So I think this is probably a good time to start plugging away your backlog and try get things tidied up and ready. Especially if you're a Necromunda fan, because the Hive Secundus does look like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Thanks for making it all the way to the end. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Each week I put up a new video talking about one of Games Workshop's specialist games. The goal is always to try and make the best possible two-player experience. If this is something you'd find interesting, please subscribe to the channel and comment to let me know what you'd like to see in future.